Hello everyone, and welcome back to another spectacular episode of every animated movie of the year. And today, we saw Trolls from Dreamworks. Now, Trolls was an interesting one this year because I felt so aware of it so far in advance due to the Justin Timberlake smash hit Can't Stop the Feeling, which released in May. And with that song kind of being like the song of the summer, it seemed to sort of put it into visibility way far in advance, which is exactly what the studio probably wanted. Of course, plenty of people when they see Trolls are gonna think, hey, they used that cool JT song from the summer in the movie, not really realizing that the song is technically from the movie, or it's native to the motion picture soundtrack, kind of like how Pharrell's Happy was actually from Despicable Me 2. But worry not, we'll be talking lots more about the music in Trolls later on. Let's first talk about what the movie is about. I'll keep it real simple. There are two types of trolls in this universe. These sort of grumpy classic river troll types called the Bergen, and these trolls, happy and in love with dancing, hugging, and general positivity. They are, of course, based on the classic toys. Speaking of, I wonder if a lot of people even know that this movie is based on these classic troll toys, which I actually used to have a few of. No regrets. So anyway, the Bergens want to eat the trolls because it will make them happy. It's just something that happens when a Bergen eats a troll, they become happy. And the trolls, of course, want to live and not get eaten. The problem is they aren't very good at hiding. But one troll is. His name is Branch, and he's kind of this doomsday prepper kind of troll. So when the Bergens capture some trolls, it falls to Branch to help the intrepid Princess Poppy to rescue them. So that's the elevator pitch for the movie, and you know what? Trolls was a damn adorable movie. Like, if you walk out of the theater in a bad mood, I would be shocked. The story's simplicity allows it lots of room to play around and have a lot of fun with its musical numbers, which is where the movie really shines. As a double-edged sword, the story's simplicity also leads to some diminished stakes, I would say, and an ending that is perhaps solved a little bit too easily. The casting is spot on. I could listen to Anna Kendrick's voice all day. It's got this crisp purity to it that I just love, and she was born to voice a character like Poppy. JT as well is, of course, great, and getting to hear him sing True Colors was really awesome, but my favorite casting and character, and actually part of this entire movie, was Christine Baranski as the evil Bergen troll chef. And it's through her character in this movie that I realized something kind of crazy. That classic animated villain is kind of endangered at this point, and that's something I think I'll make a whole other video about. Baranski's nameless character, only known as Chef in Trolls, is your straight-up old-school Disney-esque villain. She's big and flamboyant and has a clear agenda and just has that deliciously evil vibe to her. And Christine Baranski has so much fun with the character. Knowing Christine Baranski is a veteran of musical theater, it truly broke my heart that she didn't get a big juicy villain song in the film. I kept waiting for it to happen, but it just never did. And that is a huge missed opportunity, if you ask me. So while we're at it, let's talk about the music in the film. Well, it was actually pretty great, I thought. A while back, I used to really love the show Glee for the first 3 seasons or so. Glee, of course, is very well known for taking songs, old or new, and sort of putting a modern twist on them and adding some very high production values. So all of those songs just sounded so polished and crisp. Some would say to its detriment, or that they were overproduced. That's of course going to be up to your tastes. Now, if you're familiar with Glee, you will no doubt draw some strong parallels between it and Trolls. The majority of the movie's music is the characters singing pre-existing songs or mashups, and those are really great and they're done really well. But I think this movie could have been taken to even the next level if they had used original songs that the characters would sing instead of covers. You know, like your classic animated musicals. Because the music of those films belongs only to those stories, whereas songs like September or Lionel Richie's Hello don't belong to Trolls, so I think it'll make it less memorable in the long run. Let me give you an example. When we first meet the evil, grumpy trolls, the Bergens, we are given a glimpse into their town, into their daily life. It's drab and bleak, and all the trolls are depressed and living these terrible lives. And as we see all this, the trolls are singing the Gorillaz song Clint Eastwood. Now, that was a cool scene in the movie. But I think it gets even better if that song was an original song to introduce the Bergens and hear them singing all about how miserable they are in their own words. Now, if the movie had just been all cover songs, I probably would have just been like, okay, that's the movie's vibe, it's like a Glee kind of thing. But the movie does have one original song sung by a character, 2 if you count Can't Stop the Feeling, 3 if you count the Hair Up song, which is really just a cover of In the Hall of the Mountain King. But my point is, the movie teases you with one original song called Get Back Up Again, sung by Anna Kendrick, as she goes on this crazy adventure. And it was really great. It was like a classic musical number from an animated movie, and it made me want so much more of that. In the end, this is a total nitpick from me, and ultimately just a subjective taste thing on my behalf. But I think if the movie had done more original songs instead of covers, it would have been able to inch in with some of the animated musical classics and broken into the pop culture sphere to the point where parents are like begging their children to stop singing the songs. Especially when you have such talented performers already on the payroll like Anna Kendrick, James Corden, Gwen Stefani, Christine Baranski, and you have Justin Timberlake right there for you writing your music. Oh well, even despite this, I did really enjoy the movie. The songs were really fun and always helped the story instead of just feeling crammed in. Especially I loved True Colors. The part with the hug alarms was pure genius. Overall, combining some great performances, electric musical numbers, and a simple vibe of positivity unmatched by any of the other films from the year, Trolls is a pretty damn solid movie, I would say. Not surprising, of course, from Dreamworks. And I'm hoping this movie opens the gate for Dreamworks to do more musical stuff down the road. So let's throw to the list where Trolls is dancing on in just below our pal Kubo. And I hate to dwell on this, but I think if Trolls had come with a whole suite of original songs, I probably could have seen it landing above Kubo and Sausage Party in the mix. C'est la vie. So with just 2 films left, one that looks like it will fill the musical vibe that I was hoping for with Trolls, and one that, well, look, I'm gonna level with you guys. I think Sing looks like an absolute mess. Way more than Trolls, I think it's going to be doubling down on the Glee vibes, and I think that ship will have sailed on them years and years ago. But who knows? I'm hoping I'm wrong about that, and I'm hoping that I love it. And we still have yet to decide if this very series will continue on next year. There will be more on that in the Moana episode. Who knows? But for now, I will see you guys next time, right here on Every Animated Movie of the Year.